Hi, everybody. It is Friday, the 28th, right? 29th, whatever, somewhere around there. Anyway, I went to get some laundry detergent. I get the Tide Pods, the little pods, and because it's cheaper here than it is anywhere else. Um, and then I decided, I haven't purchased cologne in a long time. My goodness, it's been probably 10 years. Because I usually don't wear that much cologne. I usually just go without cologne at all. I never even purchase. I haven't purchased underarm deodorant probably for 10 years. Um, I haven't smelled. I remember for the longest time, even when I, was really working a lot, um, I had a hard time wearing it because I couldn't find a brand to where my armpits wouldn't break out. So I finally got frustrated and just stopped wearing it. And I haven't broke out since. And then I noticed that the only time that I have an odor, which deodorant, I don't know, you got to be a man for this. Deodorant isn't that bad. It's kind of attractive in a way. I don't know about you, but that's how, when I smell a guy, if there's a guy that has his it's like the pheromones or something that comes out that's really, really attractive. Now, I know you're probably wondering about women. What about women? There are some women that if they don't wear perfume, I can't handle women's perfume. It gags me. And a lot of the women I grew up with, it's like this flower perfume. And I already get allergies anyway from the flowers and everything except for roses. But yeah, I have a hard time with women's um, perfume and stuff. It's just too much. I remember my grandmother, my grandpa, the women I work with. It's so interesting because every 2 hours every 2.5 hours they go out on break and they'd smoke, right? And then they just spray themselves 3 or 4 or 5 times of their perfume. A couple hours later, they're going on lunch and they're out smoking again. Again, they double it. So by the time at the end of the day, you can smell them at the other end of the building. But they don't realize that they're putting so much on. But I reckon everybody else recognizes it. But they're like, "Oh, you smell something." Of course, women always tell them, "Well, you smell so good." So I think that's the thing about it because I'm not the only one. Because I hear other men doing the same thing, and sometimes they're kind of don't know what to say when they go up to another man and go, "Hey, what are you wearing?" It could be an innocent thing, just because you want that cologne or whatever. Because believe me, I've walked around by a couple of guys and went, oh, dang, I wish I could just go up and say, "Excuse me, I'm just interested in the cologne that you're wearing, the name of it." The pheromones are just really happening. I don't know. Kind of interesting, though. Maybe this is the cat part of me. We all have that cat in us, that cat sense. But anyway, so I guess there's, the TRANS. This is so bizarre. That did that. Um, that did that event, I should say, in Minneapolis. A red-haired guy. He's got really long red hair, and some people are saying. So when we look at trans, and then we've got these foreigners that are driving these trucks, right? But they've already, I guess 3 more trucks I seen today. One just popped up on the phone media of 2 semi trucks colliding, and they said on the headlines, They didn't even pass the test, but they still got their license. So I guess there's, and of course they're out of foreigners, out of the nation kind of people. So I got to looking at this trans, the word, and I'm like thinking, you've got, and then another TRANS today, today or yesterday, unalived a father of a 6-year-old. Oh my goodness, it's like one. So I got to thinking about the theme that's going on here. So you got the trans. So what does that mean? Transportation. You got the transportation line. You've got the trans in the body kind of thing. Now, what is it? Does that mean that is that a sign of saying transitioning or moving into I think it's what they're calling the new earth? So where those will, some will stay and some will go, and they've already been chosen or picked. So, but what do you think? Excuse me. Oh, I got this kind. Let me show it to you. So it was really cool. So there's a guy running the cosmetic counter, right? He's late 70s. And I was asking, I was like, dude, I don't even know what cologne, to even shop for anymore. Do you have an idea? And he goes, oh, there are a lot of good ones in there. He goes, a lot of people buy them. He goes, but I can't tell you, which ones. And I was like, okay, I understand. He goes, but I'll open the cabinet. So I opened up the cabinet and this big rush comes out. And I was like, oh, it smells good in here. He goes, yeah, I like to open it up every once in a while. So he goes, sample them all if you want. Take your time. So I'm sitting there, and I was 4 or 5 of them going through. I'm not too much into the musk kind of, the colognes. So, yeah. And this was the last box of this, because I was also looking and seeing which ones were the hottest sellers as well. And so I was like, well, this is the last box. It's got to be a pretty good one. So I went, that's when I smelled it. I thought, ooh, it is a good one. So, yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. And, I think you can see it from here. Do you see that right there? That you can see a brown spot. I'm not sure because there's a glare coming in on my face. But it looks like, okay, I think it was like 3 or 4 months ago when I was taking a picture of my face. There was like this, it looked like my nose is bleeding, but it's a brown mark or black mark. Of course, I've got all these black marks going on my face. But it was a black mark coming out of my nose where it looked like it was bleeding, and there was one on this side too. You can barely see it now, but I think it's right there in the middle. But it was coming out of my nose like that. I thought that is just really weird, but it's something else. It's really weird. And it's not a mark. It is a mark, but I'll show you some when I get home and I'll show you the pictures. But when I pulled them up, taking the recent pictures, I was like, oh, is that a booger? They zoomed in and I was like, oh, now there's a big old mark. Hi. Now there's a big old mark coming on my nose where it looks like a booger, or it looks like my nose is bleeding. But it's not. There's a glare on the phone, so I can't really see what, but I'm going to show you. Oh, this morning when I was out, checking out having a smoke and coffee this morning on the back patio, there's a middle, not a middle thing, but it's one of those like reflector sheets. It's kind of like, it's actually, let's see here. It's kind of like that type of sheet, but it was like, it looked like it was moving up and down. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? How come that sheet looks like it's like moving up and down? And it was my eyes. It's the floaties in my eyes of the images. So I went in and took a shower, and I forgot to put some eye drops in. And that usually, there's like this, when you get the junk out of your eyes in the morning, sometimes you get that I don't want to say eye snot or whatever. It just kind of peels out, and then your eye kind of feels itchy because you're taking that film off of it. But it always feels good when I take it off. I'm just like, because it's so interesting. It kind of like blurs your vision a little bit if you don't get rid of it. And so that's what it was doing. So I'm just like moving it out, pulled it off. I was just like, my goodness. And then I've got all these, all this stuff going on in my eyes. It's still blowing me away. But anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. Have a great Labor Day weekend.